as I introduce these two players. Your Red Terran in the top left-hand location, representing Team Mouse Sports and hailing from the United States of America, defeated Maxed to get to this point. Barely didn't make the round of 16 of the WCS America Premier League. He is Illusion. Going up against one of the titans of the game. One of the best players to ever play Starcraft II without a doubt. He's on Team Liquid and he hails from Korea. Gave up Koda's spot to join WCS America, trying to make it to Premier League. He is Taeja. I talked to Illusion a little bit before this match started. I asked for his thoughts, and he was not a happy camper with his bracket draw. Max said Taeja and potentially Polt, but Illusion is a guy who is a fierce competitor. He has builds prepared, and now we're going to see how they work, because there's a difference between doing a build in practice and doing it against one of the best players in the world.
That's such a good point.
Live too.
And he actually, I mean, he took down Maxed.
Yep.
And Maxed is one of the top couple players from China, which has some of the most talented players in StarCraft II. So taking down Maxed proves that Illusion can play with the very, very best in the world. Both players here denying the SCV scout from their opponents.
I was reading Twitter a little bit. I know a lot of people stayed up late in Europe to watch this match. So shout out to you Europeans staying up late. Also shout out to any Americans watching, and happy Memorial Day to you. Of course, Illusion versus Taeja. This is it. We'll see what happens. So, Aklon Waste is going to be the starting map. And this is a map characterized by safe expansions, I think might be a good way to say it. One of those maps that's definitely more receptive to macro-based play, taking lots of expansions and maybe trying to outread your opponent a little bit. But with TBT, there's always the element of that early game play. Whether a player decides to go for a factory, a starport, tries to go for Hellbat drops, Widow Mine drops. Right here, we're seeing Taeja going economic mind, going for a very fast command center. Meanwhile, Illusion going for a factory first. And Taeja actually doing a build that Polt was using all the time.
The build Taeja's doing is extremely popular among the best in Korea.
Yep.
It's the safest way to expand early. In Wings of Liberty, there was the ability to get the command center before you get any gas, but due to how powerful early Reapers can sometimes be, and there's always a chance your opponent will just make a bunch of Reapers and send them at you, you really want to get that reactor up as fast as possible on that barracks, and also be able to follow it up with the factory and get your tech up in time so you can get a Viking out to deal with Cloak Banshee or Widow Mine drop, etc. So Taeja doing a very safe expansion build. Illusion, his expansion is actually not much later than Taeja's, and he's put on the low ground, so it's going to be pretty equal in economy, but Illusion with a little bit of a faster tech. We'll see how that can come into play. Also going for the armory straight into Hellbat drop.
Yeah, that only means one thing. I guess Proxy Thor, maybe, but no, in this case, it's definitely going to be Hellbat drops here from Illusion. Taeja needs to be able to identify this. I love the placement of that armory, by the way, right in between the main and the natural expansion, tucked on the left-hand side of the map. Of course, that SCV might be terrified in making that armory because he's very close to dropping off the edge of Aklon Wastes. I would not want to be an SCV making a building on the edge of a map. I'll say that much.
Very scary proposition.
Oh, there's a scan. Didn't see the armory.
Oh.
Oh, it does.
Just barely in range of that notch there. That's a great move for Taeja. He knows what to expect. Of course. Oh, nice use of the Widow Mine there to take out a Hellion, damage the other one.
Cool. So, I mean, that's essentially why his expansion was a little bit more delayed. He wanted to get those Widow Mines out a little bit faster. And we're kind of seeing why there. It pretty much shuts down that initial aggression. But Taeja, he spots weakness. He's going to be pushing across the map here.
He saw the armory, so he knows Illusion's going straight for the Hellbats. But this push out, you know, I don't think he's going to anticipate the backup Widow Mine. So he can use the scan, take out this front Widow Mine. But then when the backup Widow Mine hits him too... I
would almost lift that guy up if I'm Illusion.
Well, he has nothing that outranges it, so he'll get at least one kill and force a scan at the very least.
That's true.
Of course, Taeja's gonna go around it. Medevac spots it though.
Oh, he's gonna drop on top of the Hellions. Great move here from Illusion, taking down two Hellions immediately. Now we have two Medevacs side by side, one with a bunch of Marines inside from Taeja, but Illusion lurking behind with the Hellbats. It's all gonna come down to Micro here. The Hellbats doing a lot of damage, and Illusion picks him up, saves him, drops him in his natural expansion, taking down a lot of Marines. Look at how cost efficient Illusion is being here.
Oh man, He lost one Hellbat, but he took out the entire Marine squad.
Wow.
And almost all the Hellions as well. Now there's a few more Hellions coming into the main. Oh, SCVs.
If Illusion... Oh no, the SCVs are lining up the Hellions, trying to get those money volleys up. Desperately trying to split is Illusion, but that might be exactly what Taeja needed.
SCVs are so low in life. One Hellion here.
Oh gosh, the Hellion try to get dropped down. Fancy little micro here from Taeja, just trying to get a shot off out of time. And look at that, very fancy indeed. Taeja trying to get some more workers killed, getting a couple more it looks like, and Illusion having a hard time dealing with this.
Overall, though, he hasn't really lost too many workers, and he's totally slaughtered a majority of Taeja's forces there.
Yeah.
The military losses have been almost none for Illusion here. If we take a look at units lost, you can see that 900 resources lost for Taeja,
yep.
300 for Illusion. Of course, most of that 300, it was 4 SCVs and 1 Hellbat is what that 300 resources is. So, yes, he's lost a few SCVs, but he now has an army advantage. What can he do with it? He can send it across the map and needs medevacs and see if he can do some damage of his own. 2
medevacs going across the map here. One heading toward the natural expansion, one heading towards the main base. They both have Ignite afterburners able to be used. Taeja needs to be perfect with splitting away those SCVs. There is a bunker at the natural expansion. What a great addition there for Taeja. And now we're going to watch as Illusion sends these drops in. One medevac going to be scurrying away from that Viking. The other one just backing away from the natural. So Taeja just saying, you know what? Get out of here, Illusion. I want nothing to do with your Hellbat drops.
Some great defense here so far by Taeja. But on Illusion, on the other hand, recognizes the skill of the defense and pulls back before taking any losses. So still a very nice game from both sides, and both players are going to play mech here.
Wow, very interesting developments so far in this game. Taeja, Illusion, Game 1, Aquilon Waste. Guys, get on Twitter, get on Team Liquid, get on Reddit, talk about these matches. We're having a lot of fun here on this Monday evening, New York City. And now we have pretty equal supplies here from both these players. Taeja a little bit up, 89, 90 to 86. Looks like he's sending a bit of a drop across the field here with 4 Hellions inside. Illusion needs to be able to identify this. The 2 mine's not there anymore from earlier.
Oh, he sent those across the map, and now the natural is maybe slightly vulnerable. No, great micro on SCVs, minimizing losses there, and the Vikings should drive that medevac away.
Yeah, it's going to be heading out of there, and I think, yeah, the Widow Mines were sent across the map. They're now posturing just outside the natural expansion of Taeja, as we see the 2 Vikings take down the medevac. These SCVs might be very unlucky, or they might be very lucky.
One thing to note that's very important, Illusion, of course, has been cutting SCV production, never got a 3rd command center. Instead, he went up to 4 barracks very fast, constantly producing now double reactors. He's massing a ton of Hellbats, and he's taking air control with Vikings. If he can have the superior air control, he can use the Hellbats combined with medevacs to drop on his opponent's tanks. So we're going to see a 2-base mech timing attack versus a 3-base mech macro.
Widowmine heading straight to the 3rd base there of Taeja, and now Illusion knows exactly what's going on now. This is Aquilon Waste. Again, a map where taking the 3rd base can be pretty easy to hold it. But when you're talking about a Terran player who's going for just Hellbats and medevacs with a lot of Vikings up above, I mean, it becomes a lot more difficult because you don't necessarily have as extreme of a defender's advantage as you're going to have medevacs from your opponent literally dropping on top of your army. So Taeja, if he can hold off this attack without too many losses, is going to be in a great position.
That's right. Taeja has about 15 to 20 more SCVs than his opponent, and that's but Illusion actually is 10 food ahead, which means he's got 30 more food in army and it's all across the map right now.
Wow, okay, so this is it for Illusion. He's trying to go for it right here, right now, setting a medevac, dropping on top of these Hellions. Again, every little kill you can get. Wow, even the Widowmine getting some more damage done. Every little kill you can get. Every unit is so important for both these players.
And it has denied Taeja's vision. He doesn't notice attack coming. Oh. He's not in siege mode.
Oh, the tank's coming up. Taeja a little bit late on the siege. Illusion going to take advantage, dropping the Hellbats on top of the tanks of Taeja, and the Hellbats storming forward here. SCVs being pulled, but SCVs against Hellbats are no good. Illusion has the supply lead, 126 to 76. Illusion might have done it in Game 1 here.
Oh man, he's absolutely ravaging all of Taeja's bases. Hasn't been able to get up into the production. But the natural has been ravaged. The 3rd base has Hellbats killing SCVs over there. And now he's into the natural of Taeja. Taeja, every unit that rallies out is going to be just instantly shelled by the siege tanks.
Wow, you can tell Illusion has been practicing. He designed this build to go up against Taeja for this map. And there's the GG.